You beat it. 0 to 60, man.
Whoa, what can you say about that? An absolute dream buck.
He's down right there, baby. Let's go.
He's down right there. Dude, you freaking did it. Oh, man.
Insane night. Season on, game on. They're squaring up, dude. This tree, man, that's insane. That's so cool. It's tiki. It's tiki. That's right. Yeah.
Well, welcome back to another week of Midwest Whitetail. We're coming at you guys with a midweek episode joining Owen Reigler with his chase for the 6x6 buck. Earlier in the week, we released Zach Rasmussen's hunt for the buck he called Two-Face. Really cool hunt in the high winds. And Zach actually went out his very next sit 5 days later, took down his other main target, the buck he called Gin on the homestead. That is going to be a really cool hunt over a decoy. That's in the pipeline. It'll come out probably early next week. Very excited to bring you guys that one. As far as what I've got going on, I've been off the last 4 days hunting. Apollo, unfortunately, has not shown back up. I haven't had a trail camera photo of him since October 10th. We did have a sighting of him October 18th. A couple days ago, I went and shifted cameras around, added cameras to that edge of the farm where I think he's coming in and out of the farm. So I'm hoping that if he's still alive and he moves back in, we can make a move on him. We've made a few sits out there these last few days and it's been pretty slow. And so I've elected to move over to a couple of the other farms, and after moving those cameras around, we're gonna wait to see if he moves back in there. I've also been spending some time on the new property, the ranch. Super excited about that property. It's so awesome. It's river bottom ground, similar to the river farm. And we've made a couple sits, moved some cameras around, sitting on some of these new sets we hung, and had a couple good sits out there. Nothing too crazy, but I'm excited to keep spending time out there. And as far as most of you guys already know, the river farm never disappoints. I've had a couple great sits out here. Last Friday, I came and sat on the south end of the property. We had Quasimodo, 6.5-year-old buck, come to the base of the tree, tear up a scrape, saw baby 8. You know, last night we sat here in the pinch, had a great hunt, 3 mature bucks. And so all these hunts, if you guys want to check them out, you can check them out on the Chase series, of course. It's starting to heat up, you know, and I've been enjoying some time in the tree. So I'm going to be focusing my time on the river bottom farm for the foreseeable future after this buck we call Lane. He was the big 6x5 from last year, so we named him Lane Johnson. Bella did in youth season. He's going to be my primary target out here, and we're going to hunt him for a little bit, see if we can't catch up with him. And I'll have an off chance at that buck we call Montana. Montana's kind of like Marino and Dak was. They didn't really spend a ton of time here. They would circle through periodically, and I think it'll be more of like a late season target, but you never know. He did come through here a couple times last year, and so I'm hoping he'll do the same this year. So I've got to head back to work the next couple days. I'll be out again Friday afternoon, and that'll start another stint or stretch of days to hunt. Fortunately, we've got a front blowing through tonight, and the wind is switching out of the northwest. It's going to stay through the northwest or out of the northwest till Saturday, so that pressure is going to rise. The highs are in the 50s, lows are down around 30, upper 20s. So that weather is going to be great to time with this time of year, end of October, first part of November. One of my favorite times to hunt, of course, this pre-rut transitioning into early rut. As far as strategy this time of year, of course, focusing on pinches or funnels between doe bedding areas, similar to where we're sitting right now, is a great strategy. It's the time of year to dive into your best spots. That's a great way to catch a mature buck, just cruising between the doe bedding areas, also the downwind side of doe bedding areas, right? Those bucks are gonna cruise back and forth, just scent checking them. Those strategies also work in the afternoon, or you could transition to doe feeding areas. So wherever the does are going out to feed, that's a great spot this time of year to catch up with a buck that's coming to check those areas. The old adage of hunting where the does are often holds true this time of year. Hopefully some of those strategies will help you guys catch up with your target bucks. Next, we're gonna join Owen Reigler on his hunt for the 6x6, and stick around to the end of the episode. He's gonna go over some of his tips and strategies to use this time of year. Enjoy the show and good luck.
Welcome back to the show, guys. You know, it seems like Zach and I have been chasing October instead of chasing November. He and I are both tagged out, but on today's hunt, we've got a hunt for the 6x6. I'll start out giving you just a little bit of history to this buck, and then we'll get into the hunt, and then when we come back, I'll give you some strategies going forward, you know, the next 10 days or 2 weeks if you guys are hunting that. I'll let you know what I'd be hunting. Hopefully that'll help you out a little bit. But going back to the history of the 6x6, last summer we got cameras out in August, and I started picking this buck up, and I didn't recognize what buck he was, so I went back to my 2023 photos, and I found him back there because I wanted to put an age on him. And I found him there, and I thought he was 3.5 in 2023, so I put him at 4.5 last year. Beautiful looking buck, but he wasn't going to be on the list because of his age. You know, that's, to me, that's a big factor as well, is that challenge. I like the older age class bucks. And so he was off the list last year. You know, Joe and I were hunting together. I think it was January the 8th, and buck steps out down there in the corn, and had a pretty cool hunt. We got a lot of good video of him, and was just looking forward to what he would turn into this year. So fast forward now into 2025, we get the cameras out, and he starts showing up right away. He's basically in the same area that he's been in the last 2 years, so feel good about that. And you know, I started getting pictures of him a little later in the year in September, and I noticed he just didn't look healthy. You could see his ribs, his shoulders, looked like his spine was sticking up, so I was a little concerned at that point that maybe he had EHD, or, you know, something was wrong with him. He might die. So we moved him up the list a little ways. We had the Genesis buck to go after. I was hunting that Fraizer buck, but this 6x6 was always in the back of my mind that wanted to get in there and get him killed, before he died or something happened to him like that. So we took this one shot at him. You know, my strategy going into that hunt was what it always is this time of year. If I'm hunting in the evenings, I want to be on a food source. I want to be where there's good scrapes getting mauled. And we really didn't even know what was down there because I hadn't been down in that area for over a month. But, you know, climbed up in a tree, and we'll show you what happened. And when we come back, I'll give you some strategies. Well, we tried old Fraizer yesterday, and he was a no-show. So I said to heck with him, we're going to go to a different spot. We'll try this 6x6, see if he's still around. Whoa, this is what you call scrape weed right here. Nothing I can see looks as good as that one down there. All right, guys, October 22nd here, about 3:30, somewhere in there. Now's the time to go hunt your scrapes. I seen Caleb posted the same thing today. But that's what I'm going to start doing, is hunting scrapes, scrape lines. You know, I'll save the hunting does for just a little bit later. If you like to decoy, now's the time to do it. These bucks are starting to get a little testy, especially the mature bucks. They're just getting a little antsy, ready to go. So they'll usually respond good to calling this time of year. You don't have to wait till the middle of the rut. Most of the time they're running helter-skelter in anyway. Right now's the time to do it. So I thought about bringing the decoy in, but I'm after that 6x6 buck, and he just hasn't looked very good. I mean, he's kind of skin and bones, so my guess is he's probably getting his butt kicked in here, so he may not be aggressive. So I elected not to bring the decoy for him. Several other nice bucks in here too. I've been looking at that Joe Noble 8. I don't know if that deer might be 4. I just keep looking at him. I thought he was 5 going into this season, but the more I look at him, the more I think I'm off a year on him. Heck of a scrape coming in. Devin filmed down there. We got to come in and throw a camera on that. That'd be interesting. But got about a 3.5 hour sit. We'll see how it goes. down right there. He can't take that, no way. My goodness, he's tough. I thought I hit him perfect. Oh my gosh, came right to the old rubbing post even without a good limb on it. That was nuts. On a beeline. My back is just pulsating with adrenaline. It's crazy.
He's still tired.
Huh?
He's still tired.
Now I'm wide awake.
Oh my God. We couldn't have dreamt that up any better.
I thought I put it right on him. I'm
Dude,
like waiting for him to flop over. Like, did you see that hit? That had to be money.
Yeah, oh, it was cash. Just right behind that leg. Boom, center mass.
Give me some good light. He ain't going nowhere. He's got to be down right there.
Yeah, there's no way.
If there's one disappointment, I haven't got to hunt November in 3 years. Make it 4.
Damn it.
That's a beautiful buck, though. Old 6x6. And he looked a little healthier than what I was seeing in some of those early pictures. I mean, he looked good. 5-year-old buck. Fine and well. Have it his way.
I'm gonna start calling you Dr. Deer, man.
I think it's you, honestly. Ever since you started hunting with me, it don't take long. That's nuts.
Oh my God.
Man, you want to talk about a picture perfect shot right there. That's the same thing I was thinking when he was working that edge. I'm like, is he going to just stay in that edge and go through there? Then all of a sudden he started turning for us. I'm like, oh, he's headed for it.
Oh my God.
That's nuts. And it's like, I don't even know what time. I got to look.
I'm gonna say no later than 5:20.
5:19. That's ridiculous. How in the world was he still on his feet? They're tough, aren't they? I believe I can see my arrow right there in the green. You said there wasn't enough red and too much greens.
I don't get it.
I tried to help you out. First time in here. We haven't. Yeah. I was telling Devin, I was like, it's been a little bit since he's been on trail camera. I don't know where he is. Well, I know where he is now. I've been doing this for 40 years. Adrenaline still hits me like I was 12. Just love it. Well, let's sneak on out of here. And I think Josh and maybe Paul are coming down, so. You know, just like Nolan said to Justin, why are you still whispering? That's what I do when I'm out here. I don't make a big commotion, so it is what it is. All right, we got the mini posse here. We got Josh and Joy, Paul's down, and of course Devin. And you know, we watched the footage back and he was quartered just a little bit too, so we gave him a couple hours. And now we're here to take up the track, so I don't expect him to go too far. Let's see what we got.
Because right now we're at what, 90-ish, probably, from impact?
I would say, yeah, it's probably about 90 yards.
Because you guys marked this grass right there, right?
Exactly. In the footage, we could see these tall weeds right here, and it looked like he went in just the other side of this, so.
If you didn't have the video, we were talking, and I don't want to ramble too much, but if you just had made this shot, didn't have the video, go back and look at, you'd have thought you smoked him. Made a perfect shot, but the tail flick, tail up, there's just a couple of indicators that, you know, if you guys aren't filming your hunts, something to pay attention to. We're what, 4 hours, like you said.
Yeah, and then when you go back and look, he was quartered just a little too, and that's all the difference right there. If he's perfectly broadside or quartered a little away, I mean, he doesn't make it out of the field, but, you know, one of those deals, so.
You got good blood already, I'm seeing that.
Yep. Let's take her up.
Good for us, bad for him.
Let's hope that's the case. Might need Joy's eyeballs up here.
Watch him be like
Oh yeah, he's bleeding pretty.
We got one. Those leaves. We got one right here, boys.
Whoa, big time, little deer.
Big buck.
We're after the big rabbits.
Nobody sees you, buddy. It's okay.
It ain't no jackrabbit.
Blood goes in right there. Sorry, bud.
I mean, look at this. He ain't gonna go too far with that. On the tree. Blood, 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 blood.
No, it's good when you can look ahead and see the blood.
Oh yeah.
Hey, you got some broadheads on your trees.
Whoa.
Just in case.
Went right through here. Yes, sir. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Yes, sir. Nice to have good eyes, huh?
I eat my carrots.
Nice. Like Mike's kids?
Yeah. There you go. So what do you think happened at this point? Like what happened to our blood here? Because there was that big pile of it. Like he
Right.
almost stood, like you said.
I would say it's clotting up.
So
Typical.
just again thinking like,
She got right there. Yeah, buddy. Woo. You didn't go too far.
what do I think?
What do you think? How far did he go? Oh my word.
What a hammer. Look at the body.
Gosh, he's better than I thought, body size.
Dude.
Oh my goodness.
Let's go.
Yes. Oh, you're not kidding. Stiff as a board. We could have went right after him, but it doesn't hurt to wait.
Yep, there you go. Look, plugged up on the exit right there.
Yep, sure enough.
Hey.
Thank you, buddy.
He's a hammer.
Oh yeah, what do you say?
Well, you're not chasing November, I can say that.
Chasing October.
That's right.
You know, I was telling Devin, 4 years in a row setting out November, so we got to go somewhere and go hunting. This is pretty awesome. But I mean, he was a 6x6 the last 2 years, and now we switched basically a mainframe 6x5. He's always had this little light switch point right here, which is kind of cool. I think last year the other one did the same thing, so pretty neat buck. And I remember earlier in the year in September, I didn't think he looked healthy. He looked run down. I mean, you can feel his spine too. I feel like there's something wrong with him. I don't know what, but at any rate, that's
Smell 'em.
yeah, that was one of the reasons I wanted to go after him. I thought, let's get this buck before he goes downhill. So 5-year-old deer, couldn't be more thankful, man.
Does it ever get old?
Never. I still get it after 40 years of doing this. Still had the adrenaline, the back spasms after the shot. You know, I hold myself together pretty good at the shot, but afterwards it just all hits you, you know. So, absolutely, nothing wrong with that.
1 o'clock.
And he didn't go anywhere. We could have went right after him, but never hurts to wait, you know. Why rush it? Check out this mass over here.
Dude, no, palmation there?
Yeah, bladed out nice. Well, let's get a tag on him. We can get him moved out.
Hey.
Yeah, buddy.
I'll be honest, when I started talking about the blood, I definitely didn't see it.
Really?
No.
I wondered about it. I thought you were messing with me, honestly.
I wish I was. Nope, 15 yards away, I didn't see him.
Didn't see him, didn't smell him. It all works.
Congrats, man.
Thank you, sir.
He is a big-bodied fella.
There we go. Thank you, Paul.
Yep.
Now I'll tell you what I would do if I was hunting the next 10 days to 2 weeks, let's say. You know, you get into that last week of October, and that's what I would call the hard pre-rut. And that is an excellent time to hunt these scrapes. If you're hunting in the evening, I'm usually hunting a food source with some good scraping activity there, maybe a scrape line or the edge is just getting hammered. So you know the bucks are there, they've been working that, you just need them to daylight. And so that's usually my evening go-to that last week of October. Now if it's on a morning, it's similar, but I'm back closer to cover, maybe downwind edge of a bedding area, maybe I'm hunting a rut funnel in the timber. But the same thing, I want some sign around, maybe some big scrapes and rubs, so you know the bucks have been using it. Now decoying's another great strategy right there that last week, first part of November. So now as we transition into those first, here in southern Iowa, I would say up till about the 6th of November, you know, you can hunt that way, those strategies, but now I'm gonna start putting more emphasis on where the does are at. I still love to have that sign around, but now I wanna be where I know there's does, there's pockets of does, and if you've been running your cameras, you know where their spots are, you know, and you still wanna keep track of access, you know, good access is key. And then as you get into about, you know, the 7th of November, going on from there, now I don't care so much about the scrapes. The bucks, the older age class bucks really don't either. Now the chasing, you know, maybe some breeding's going on, but not completely ramped up yet. But the seeking and the chasing is ramping up, and now it's all about where the does are at. So I want to set these food sources, you know, in the evening where I know there's going to be some does. That's your highest odd spot. Then in the mornings, the same thing. I want some type of a rut funnel, you know, close to where I know does bed, or at least you suspect it. Either I'm setting a creek crossing, maybe the top of a ditch. I mean, anything you can think of, rut related, saddles, you know, all that kind of stuff. And then as you get farther into November, the middle of November, now it's just all about the does. You know, you're still gonna hunt all your rut funnels, key in on wherever your does are at. You know, I abandoned hunting scrapes at that time. Not that they won't hit scrapes still, but the strategy, the odds just goes way down on that. And you'll notice on your pictures, you'll be getting a ton of pictures right now on scrapes. When you get into that peak chasing and breeding part, those pictures drop way off, and that tells you, you know, you need to abandon that strategy and go to just hunting your doe areas and your funnels right there in the middle of November. Decoying can still work good, especially on a dominant buck, but I go away from that strategy a little bit more because there's always going to be does around as well. So hopefully that helps you guys. Good luck out there and be safe, guys.